Germany covering the polls for us. A very good afternoon to you, Sophie. German Chancellor Angela Merkel has been re-elected for a fourth term in office yesterday. Another coalition government has predicted. What does this result mean for the country, though?
Well, like you indicated, Angela Merkel has no choice but to ensure that she starts with the negotiations to establish a coalition government. She has got two options. Or I can say she had two options before the SPD, the current coalition partner, announced that they will not avail their party members to support CDU, but rather they will occupy opposition benches. Therefore, now the only option that she has is perhaps to negotiate with the Greens and the Liberals to form a different coalition. They call it a Jamaica coalition. Jamaica coalition because of the yellow color that the Liberals are using. But the problem there is that the Greens and the Liberals don't see eye to eye. The Greens are more inclined to fight for issues such as the climate change, but the Liberals are more inclined to support business, and therefore it looks like in terms of policies and ideology, it is going to be a problem to ensure that the Greens and the Liberals work together in that coalition. That is the main difficult task. Of course, we are told that it might take 3 months for her to finalize this coalition.
But Sophie, as you mentioned the other day, that she never mentions any of the smaller coalition partners. Who's willing to go to bed with her, bearing that in mind?
Yesterday, I spoke to the leader of the Green Party, who indicated to me that they are willing to negotiate with any party. And for me, the message was clear that the Greens stands ready to negotiate with CDU or Angela Merkel. The Liberals were told that it's the same situation. They are willing to negotiate with Angela Merkel. And it is for that reason we are hoping that perhaps by end of the week, those negotiations will have started, and perhaps the processes of ensuring that they deal with paperwork, because the Greens, when I spoke to the leader, he made it clear to me that they will enter into coalition on condition whatever they stand for is respected, and therefore you need enough time to look at different policies and manifestos of different parties or these coalition members so that you can accommodate all the parties.
Absolutely. Now, Merkel, Sophie, is considered one of Europe's most powerful female leaders. Tell us about the challenges that she will now face regarding the fact that she has dropped, according to the latest polls, in popularity with a famous move of allowing the migrants in the country. What kind of reforms maybe to the current policies might be relooked at?
Well, the first thing that she has to deal with is to ensure that she corrects the mistakes of the past. And the main issue is the issue of migration and immigration and the issue of refugees in particular. She will have to find a way how she is going to indicate or give a clear way forward for his party and government, how they are going to deal with this policy. Secondly, she has to win back all those people who supported the AFD, who are actually CDU members. Because what we had today at the briefing is that those who supported AFD, it's not only your right-wing kind of supporters, but even people who are disgruntled. You have a huge number of the protest vote, people who didn't vote during the last election. But when there was this alternative, they went there just to express their views and also their feeling against the government. And therefore, she is hoping that she can win back the people who left the party or who didn't support the party during this election. But it is a difficult task, because remember, this is her last term. And you know, any leader in her or his last term, you are a lame duck. People are not scared. People can challenge you. People can stand up and perhaps disagree with you in public and behind the scenes. It is going to be very difficult for her to now bring together all stakeholders.
All right. And Sophie, before I let you go, I mean, I think they have, of course, come out, Angela Merkel's camp has come out saying that they should have a coalition in place by Christmas this year. That is about in 2 months' time, just to be rough. What happens with governance issues? Is it the current interim government that still continues with the regiment?
Yes, the current government will continue until a new government is in place. And it is for that reason perhaps she is hoping that come Christmas the whole negotiation process will have been concluded and a new government will be in place.
Sophie, thank you so much for that update. That is SABC News foreign editor Sophie Mokoena, all the way out in Berlin in Germany, with an update on the election results that saw Angela Merkel re-elected as German Chancellor.